God wants to make you
open,
right
talk,
where you're at.
break,
Where are you
scoreboard.
at? Doctor, farmer, lawyer,
Yeah, how many? Oh, that's right. It is close. Should we wait till 1 minute?
Active nun teaching in the classroom. Religious order priests carrying out.
Could broadcast the overtime.
For that particular community.
Make it part of our pregame. Cover the overtime. Is that legit, or can we not do that?
Who said you can't?
Yeah. I'll be right back, Max.
If you're sui mentis, that is, if you're of your own mind, and your rationality is working, your ability to choose is working, Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI says we can either only say yes or no to God, and hopefully you're going to give a resounding yes to God. And he goes on to say that that's really the most fundamental question, not only for each individual person, yes or no to God, but it's also the most fundamental question for each and every culture, for each and every society, yes or no to God. You know, and this is the beauty of our Catholic faith. You know, at the end of Mass, when the priest says, the Mass is ended, go in peace. In the Latin, it's ite missa es. It's an imperative command. The nuance in the English would be this.
All right, Max, so we're going to take a calculated risk here. Okay. 56-55, right now in the sophomore game, $1.15 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Both teams have the bonus. Each team has 3 timeouts each. We're going to go here in about 8 seconds. Three-pointer. All right, let's go right now. We might be broadcasting the last part of this game, but just kind of listen in, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. Okay. We'll watch you kick in our pregame open here.
Because what?
On the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball is on the air. Today's presentation of the Knights Game Day Show is sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. With the Knights Game Day Show, here's Michael Gromas and Dan Johnson.
Welcome to O'Gorman High School for the first time in quite a few weeks, actually for the first time in 2018 for the O'Gorman boys as we begin a 6-pack of games here for the O'Gorman boys, consecutive home games for the boys with the first opponent of those 6 being Brandon Valley. The boys for O'Gorman coming off of a loss to Washington, a 54-40 decision there. Tough game to move them to 5-4 in the season. But Brandon Valley coming into today's game 6-3 on the season and proved to be a very tough opponent. Hey folks, Michael Promas here alongside Dan Johnson. We've got Brett Bowler in the house as well, and Max Carey back at our studio. As we're talking right now, actually the sophomore game is going on here at O'Gorman High School. Freshman A fell earlier to Brandon Valley. In fact, I think I have the score right here. Freshman A, 57-49 loss to Brandon Valley. We have 53 seconds left in this sophomore game, so we're going to kind of do our pregame here a little bit, and we might even have some extra basketball coming up here. It's 59-56 as Brandon Valley just hits a free throw here. Bonus for both teams, double bonus for both teams. 3 timeouts for OG, 2 timeouts for Brandon Valley, so we might have an extended pregame here that might include some sub-varsity basketball play-by-play. We'll see, Mr. Johnson.
You know, this has been pretty fun to watch. This sophomore class is pretty good. You got a Jankley, you got Webben. You know, it's pretty Arbogast. Look at that full press Brandon's putting on right now.
Beautiful, beautiful moves.
So it's a close game, 49 seconds.
So we'll talk about what we need to talk about a little bit here, and if we need a little bit of filler, then we're going to bring you some sub-varsity basketball here. But while O'Gorman's taking a time out here, Dan, let's talk about the varsity team and the matchup tonight between the Knights and the Lynx. Brandon Valley, always a tough opponent. I mean, I went to O'Gorman Junior High. I went to O'Gorman High School. I always dreaded playing Brandon Valley as a school because they are always very tough, very physical, and always prove to be a tough opponent for one reason or the other for O'Gorman, and this year is no different.
Well, like you said, Brandon Valley Lynx has always been tough. No matter what sports they come, when they need come to play, they come to play. Mm-hmm. And especially they come to play O'Gorman. They're up. You know, when we play them with football, they're always on their game. They're top notch. They bring it on when they play O'Gorman, and that's exciting. It's exciting for both teams when you have that caliber of play like this. So it's Brandon Valley is not going to be a cakewalk today by far.
Brandon Valley coming off of 5 consecutive wins. Their most recent win was this past, Thursday against Pierre, a 68-51 win at Pierre. The Lynx were led by junior guard Evan Talcott. 23 points for him, 6 rebounds. We have to talk about Cade Revere, who had 13 points and 6 rebounds. And you heard the cheer right there. Brandon Valley just took the lead in sub-varsity basketball, 60-59. Just under 25 seconds to play in this game, so that's what's going on here. But let's talk about Cade Revere. He was a tremendous football player this past season for Brandon Valley. One of the leading scorers for Brandon as well. We can look to him to really work down low, maybe some medium-range shots as well. Kind of like your... you want to call him your Jaron Zwagerman of the Lynx.
That's what I would say. He kind of matched it up there. But, Talcott, for only being a junior guard up in Pierre the other night. Of course, Pierre, the Governors of Pierre, they're kind of struggling. They're 1-7 up there. But Brandon, they give him a good game, and Brandon come out and won. But Trevere, the senior forward, Cade, like you said, football, 13 points. But the key there was 6 rebounds.
Yeah.
He got in there and rebounded. So Jaron's going to have some fun with him today, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good game inside, I believe.
And you look at Jaron Zwagerman, averages about 13 points, and I do apologize, our stats are a little outdated. OG hasn't updated their stats in about a week, so the information is about accurate. So 13 points on average for Jaron Zwagerman, though. He averages about 4 rebounds a game, and some of those are kind of takeaways from Michael Stotts, who is just a fantastic defensive player, fantastic rebounder, but that'll be a great matchup between Cade Revere and Jaron Zwagerman, and numerically speaking, very even.
And, the Lynx are shooting 83% from the line. That's pretty darn good. And but they had 11 turnovers in Pierre. So that's, you like to keep your turnovers under double digits. So. And
as you might have heard, there's more cheering. Danny, would you mind handing me that roster there? I apologize, I don't have my sub-varsity rosters here, but... turnaround jumper by Jordan Miller, the 5'9" sophomore guard, to give OG the lead 61-60 with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Correct.
So tight game here. I apologize, we're switching in between things here, but a lot of excitement here as this matchup between the sub-varsity or the sophomores from both schools is underway.
And the crowd is starting to fill in pretty good here tonight.
Yeah.
It's 4:30, 4:45, and we're pretty decent crowd for a Saturday early evening, late afternoon game. This is good.
You're listening to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Coming up, we're going to have a scoreboard update. I'll let you know the other games going on throughout the state, and also some sub-varsity scores for you. Here at O'Gorman High School's Brandon Valley came to visit and came to play, because there are some very tough games for the JV freshman and sophomore squads. We're also going to hear from O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby. We'll get his thoughts on Tuesday's game at Washington, get his perspective on what they worked on between then and now, and his thoughts on Brandon Valley. Very good interview, and I think we'll learn a lot from that.
I'm looking forward to it.
So that's all coming up here on the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Let's just hang on. We got 8.9 seconds. We got it. Now they call
we got another timeout. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna hold on to this sub-varsity game because we can. We're bringing you O'Gorman basketball, a little extended time here, but we're gonna step aside for 1 minute, and we'll come back to the Knights Game Day Show, again sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. They're located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies. From rosaries and medals to books and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals in their walk with Christ. Crossroads also features a large line of personalized gifts that are great for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, or any special occasion. Crossroads Book and Music, 41st Street and Grange Avenue in Sioux Falls.
Welcome back to tonight's Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Bonus sub-varsity coverage here. OG leads 61-60. Brandon Valley charges the basket, right-handed layup with 2 seconds on the clock is good. That was number 4 from the sophomore team, Thomas Schultzen, a 6'2 guard, sophomore guard, giving Brandon Valley the lead. It's been back and forth here for about the past minute, Dan.
he took it all the way. He got they didn't really pressure too much. They didn't want to foul because double bonus. They knew that, so Gorman kind of backed up. They let him in, and he drove it all the way to the basket. But I don't think, was it Schultz number 4? He doesn't look 6'2".
No, excuse me. I might have gotten the numbers mixed up here. I'm not nearly as familiar with the sub-varsity players. My apologies.
I think they should add another minute back on the clock because time the basket went in, they were calling timeout right away, and I think another second. Excuse me. Oh, they put 1.9 back. Okay.
So Gorman will have just under 2 seconds left to try to put up one more point. 61-60 again, sub-varsity basketball, as we're looking forward to the varsity game coming up here between the O'Gorman Knights and the Brandon Valley Lynx. We're kind of intermittently breaking down that game as well.
Here.
Absolutely. So we're going to bring you this coverage to talk about some of the future players for OG.
Well, you look at, these are sophomores, and what a great experience these guys are, the freshman, sophomore. But this is the future of Brandon Valley, the future of O'Gorman right here. Another year, 2 years from now, they'll be seniors. So it's kind of interesting to go back when you're a senior. Okay, when we played Brandon Valley, we played Washington, we were freshman, sophomore. How was it? How did we match up? How did we win? Did we win? Who did we, how these gentlemen developed with their basketball skills from the freshman all the way to senior.
So Gorman will inbound. Jonah Wibben holding the ball over his head, looking for somewhere. Baseball pass down the court, and it's intercepted by Brandon Valley. Burns up the rest of the clock, and Brandon Valley on the sweep of sub-varsity play this afternoon at O'Gorman High School. 62-61 decision. The O'Gorman boys couldn't quite put this one away, but again, barn burner of a game. Congratulations to both teams. That's some great sub-varsity basketball. As we were sitting here preparing for the varsity game, our broadcast obviously tonight, couldn't help but watch this thing.
Nice pass.
Great pass.
Nice pass underneath there. Like football, he just swung that puppy down. It was like they knew what they knew. Coach, he had the play called. So
Jonah Wibben played defensive end, I believe, or was it tackle?
I think he was in.
Yeah, defensive end for O'Gorman this past football season. A great pass. So we've got 15 minutes here on the board before we start this varsity game here between the O'Gorman Knights, who are 5-4 on the season, and the Brandon Valley Lynx come in today's game is 6-3 on the season. But now it's time to take a look at our scoreboard update. Other games going on throughout the state of South Dakota. Let's get into it here. For AA boys basketball, Watertown is at Sioux Falls, Washington. That's a 4-4 Watertown team, a 4-5 Sioux Falls, Washington team. Of course, we know how dangerous Washington is with a sub-500 record on the season. Game set to tip off for 5 o'clock. And then at 8:30 tonight, Campbell County, Wyoming is at Rapid City Stevens, ranked number 4 in the state of South Dakota, 7-1 record. And that one loss is actually to the O'Gorman boys' first game of the season. So should be a good game as Rapid City playing a lot of Wyoming teams, kind of making things interesting a little bit here with their records, which means they get a couple extra games and good practice. For sub-varsity scores for O'Gorman versus Brandon Valley this afternoon, JV fell to BV 68-61. Freshmen lost 57-49, and of course, just a moment ago, the sophomore team fell 61-62 to Brandon Valley. AA girls basketball tip-off at 5 for Mitchell at Brandon Valley. Mitchell 3-4, Brandon Valley at 6-1. At 7 p.m., the rest of the games here. Pierre 2-6 at Brookings 3-3. Sioux Falls Roosevelt is at Sioux Falls Lincoln tonight. Campbell County, Wyoming is at Rapid City Stevens for the girls as well. Sioux Falls Washington is at Watertown for girls basketball this evening, and all those games, like I said, at 7 o'clock. A lot of good games, and we'll get you those scores as they come along. And as far as looking ahead at the upcoming schedule for O'Gorman, like I mentioned just a few moments ago, they have 6 consecutive home games for the boys, that is. And Dan, they've only played one home game this year, and that was against Sioux Falls Lincoln, who's arguably the best team in the state of South Dakota right now. But I think this home stretch of games for O'Gorman is going to be, I think, relaxing just because it's at home. I mean, they're going to be taking on Brandon Valley tonight. That'll be a tough game. Yankton should be a good game. Central is undefeated on this season. Stevens is a great team. So they're going to be playing some tough teams, but I think having that comfort of your home court will be nice.
Well, definitely. I mean, mid-season like this, we're at the height of the season. It's key time. Last you want to deal with traveling across the state and the cold, everything getting late, and everybody gets tired. So if you can be home like this for the next 6 games, play on your home court, this is the best thing you can happen to a team, especially right now with us being 5-4, need to regroup a little bit, and being at home and getting that adrenaline from the crowd and the student body. This is perfect.
And that's going to be a huge factor, I think, for OG tonight. And as you'll hear coming up shortly, head coach Derek Roby thinks that just as far as a mental standpoint goes, it'll be great. Having their home crowd here will be very helpful just for their mental capacities, because I think we saw against Washington this past Tuesday, O'Gorman maybe getting a little bit tired, a little burnt out, maybe a little worn from the road. Not to be cliche, but just that's the truth of it. They've been traveling all season.
We saw that in 3 or 4 players the other night. They just kind of like, Michael Stotts, just like the wind went out of his sail. Great ball player, excellent ball player, but just, he kind of let down a little bit, and I think it got the best of him the other night, and I think it just drained him. And hopefully he got, rejuvenized and ready to play tonight again. And I'm sure he is, because he's a great young man.
And that defensively, I think Michael Stotts is obviously huge asset. I would even argue maybe one of the best defensive players on this O'Gorman squad. And offensively, I think O'Gorman struggled a little bit against Washington. Just couldn't quite hit their shots, and maybe wasn't quite as aggressive as they needed to be against Washington, I'd say.
Yeah, a lot of mismatches.
Yeah.
So it really worked out. So, tonight I think they'll bring their A game. This afternoon they'll bring their A game. They have to.
You're listening to tonight's Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. O'Gorman at 5-4 on the season, getting ready to take on Brandon Valley, 6-3 on the season here at O'Gorman High School in just a few minutes. But we'll step aside, and when we come back, we're going to hear from O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby to get his thoughts on tonight's game. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They also offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached at 605-334-1653.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com. Member FDIC.
Show sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. I'm sitting down with O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby, coming off of a tough game this past Tuesday at Washington. Team just kind of looked tired. Things kind of fell flat a little bit, and we saw some great things though from the second group of kids, I guess if you want to call them. So with that in mind, you've had a couple days to prepare for Brandon Valley, another solid team this year. What have you been talking to your kids about? What have you been working on at practice?
Well, you kind of hit the nail right on the head. Not a great effort Tuesday, but we really have to keep that in perspective, Michael, because, Sioux Falls, Washington is a very good physical team. They're, as far as I can tell right now, and of course I haven't seen Harrisburg live anyway, and I haven't seen Aberdeen Central live, and those are going to be two teams to be reckoned with as well, but you have to really consider Sioux Falls, Lincoln, Sioux Falls, Washington as teams that are going to be penciled in as the teams to beat. So it's not like we got beat by a bad basketball team, but we just got manhandled, and we talked to our kids as of late. We really broke down film and just talked to them about toughness, maybe not being so soft down inside, because we just got buried, and like you said, we just got in a position where Washington was able to do whatever they wanted to do down low, and we just got out rebounded, and we didn't get to the line enough, and that's on us. You look at Sioux Falls, Washington, they shot 20, let me think about this, they shot 17 of 24 free throws, if I remember right, and we shot 3 of 4. Well, that's the game right there, and that's nobody's fault but our own as far as not being able to get ourselves fouled, get on 2 feet, establish yourself, those kind of things. So a little disappointed in the way we played, certainly, but this week we focused on, again, being mentally tough and trying to approach it a little different way.
And like we alluded to, Brandon Valley, a very good physical team. Brandon's always a good physical team, and no matter what sport. Coming from somebody that's played against Brandon, I never really look forward to it. But with that in mind, you do have a nice stretch of home games here. I think the next 6 games are here at O'Gorman. How is that going to kind of help the momentum, help the mindset of some of your players, just knowing that it's their environment?
Well, we talked about that. We're just trying to get into rhythm here a little bit, and the biggest concern I have is I talked to you at the beginning of the year in the sense of trying to get out to a good start to develop the confidence. Right now, we don't have that same swagger, if you will, that O'Gorman usually has. They got knocked a little bit, and we don't have the confidence level like we would have wanted, and we got a good stretch here, 6 games at home, and we'd like to kind of get into rhythm and get that confidence back and maybe use that to our advantage. I talked to our kids, I said, it's not like we're trying to or have to win all 6 games here at home, but if we could just gain the momentum within those 6 games, that would be huge to us to kind of get us set up for postseason play, but certainly an important stretch for us.
So let's take a look at Brandon Valley themselves. What's kind of your main game plan as far as taking on the Lynx tonight? Are you going to be looking for more down-low play, perimeter shooting, just a fast hit him in the teeth offense, or slow, methodical setups? What's kind of your thoughts against the Lynx?
Well, my initial thought is we need to try to take advantage of being at home and get the crowd into it, kind of like we did the Lincoln game. It's always fun to play here. Sometimes it's a tough place for other teams to play, so we want to take advantage of that, and hopefully people get here. I know it's an early start at 5 o'clock, but hopefully we have a great crowd and get the crowd behind us. So we want to play up-tempo, get the crowd into it, be excited, but we know Brandon Valley has Revere, certainly. He's been a handful for about 5 years now, it seems like. Good, solid post player, physical. We're going to have to try to defend him first. And then let's not forget about Telcott, around the perimeter, who can shoot it as well as anybody, we've played so far. So they got 2 pretty good weapons, a perimeter guy and a post down low. And not to mention Revere will actually play around the perimeter, so he's a tough matchup for us. We're actually going to be starting a different post tonight. We're going to go with Zach Nagel. Zach's had a good week, playing with some senior mentality a little bit, hustling hard, kind of doing some Canyon Bauer things, if you will. So we're hopeful, and that gives us a little spark. We're still going to go with the Coy. We'll still go with Jaron and Brady Beck, those guys in the post play, but Nagel deserves a shot, and we're going to go with it and see what happens.
How about defensively? Michael Stotts is always the guy that comes to mind when we think defensive play, just to put his nose to the ground and really get in there and make some things happen. One of the top rebounders on the team, and in my mind, one of the top defensive players as well. He slowed down a little bit on Wednesday. Maybe you alluded to that. He's just getting a little bit tired, maybe a little burnt out. How is he looking, and how is his performance tonight really going to affect the defensive aspect of the outcome?
Well, it's going to be huge because he's going to be guarding Telcott. Him and Canyon Bauer. Both of those guys are going to have to guard Telcott and come with a lot of energy. You're right. Michael's just been not banged up and just not sluggish, but he's just, I think he tried to overdo a little bit too much the other night at Washington. It seems like he got himself tangled up a lot, and he was tripping over his own feet, and there, I think he got some frustration there. But we're counting on him on the defensive end for sure, because if Telcott goes off and if the floodgates open, if you will, it's going to be a long night for us, because, like I said, he's a good shooter, good player, and hopefully Michael can kind of run him down a little bit, if you will, and get him tired. And then, like I said, Canyon Bauer coming in doing the same thing. So we'll see what happens.
And one more question for you, Coach. Our Lamb Radio's own Dan Johnson may have more or less jinxed last week's game by wearing an orange sweater at Washington. Tonight, are you expecting him to wear red? And if so, your thoughts on that decision?
That's a classic. Yeah, I saw that from across the gym, and hopefully he remembers our colors, and he's a great guy. And I saw it across the gym. I thought, what the heck? He's wearing orange. So I will give him a break. He can wear the O'Gorman blue, and/or he could wear the Vikings purple. I don't care, because Vikings have a big weekend too. So.
All right, well, he'll be listening to this interview, so we'll be sure to, he heard it from you, so we'll be sure to pass it on. But O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby, thank you for the time, and good luck against Brandon Valley.
Thank you much, Mike.
As I mentioned, that's O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby, 210 and 87 on the season, and There you go, Dan.
Thank you very
There
much.
you go,
Mike.
Dan. If we didn't talk about it last week, by the way, at the very end there, Dan did wear an orange sweater to the Washington game last week. Head coach Derek Roby was all the way on the opposite side of the gym, saw us up in the press box, and sent a text to Brett Byler, our producer, saying, "Why is Johnson wearing orange?" or something like that.
Hey, I get up usually 5:15 in the morning, and I wasn't, I felt right over it. I admit that. And I didn't even think about it when I got up that morning and got dressed. So I apologize to him in the text.
No, you're all good. You're all
Tonight
good.
I got my O'Gorman colors on.
There you go. There we go. And it should be a great game. Again, the O'Gorman boys at 5-4 on the season. Brandon Valley 6-3. And Dan, while we have a couple extra minutes here, let's talk about some of the keys to victory for the O'Gorman Knights. Obviously, we heard head coach Derek Roby's perspective, things that they need to do against a tough Brandon Valley team, especially when you've got somebody like Evan Talcott who works the perimeter and shoots the three ball better than almost anybody in the rest of the states. And then you've got a versatile player in Cade Revere as well. So the Knights will have their hands full this evening, but what do they have to focus on tonight? A couple things.
Defense. Defense. That's the big thing tonight with these two strong kids, Talcott and Revere. They're both solid. They can play the perimeter. They can play it, underneath, post. Yeah, defense. They're going to all have to play very tight defense. But again, they can get sloppy when they're doing that. Sometimes get in foul trouble. So that's the key tonight is defense.
And I think as well, O'Gorman came out flat last Tuesday. No getting around it. And so they really need to get a little spark, a little fire in their eyes, and really take it into their own hands, instead of that external locus of control, instead of it's the other team that's making us play poorly, we need to control that, and we need to set the pace starting off.
And make the good shots.
Absolutely.
That's the other night they were just kind of putting it up, and the shots, just tonight, make some good, solid shots.
So we look forward to seeing that in tonight's matchup. Again, Brandon Valley coming into today's game 6-3 off of a win against Pierre and 5 consecutive wins against Brandon, Brookings, and Mitchell and Aberdeen Central as well. And O'Gorman coming off of that loss against Washington at 5-4 on the season. So we'll step aside. You've been listening to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Our producer, Max, at the studio, give us one more minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll get this game underway from O'Gorman High School. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, KSTJLP 104.3 FM, Juan Diego Catholic Radio in Sioux Falls, and KSTJ 91.3 FM in Hartford, Madison, Mitchell, and Yankton.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Thad Barnes, financial advisor with the Barnes DeMoore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Andy DeMoore and myself know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Thad and Andy can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care are proud supporters of Lamb Catholic Radio. First Class Dental Care offers restorative, cosmetic, and preventative techniques and is open late to fit busy schedules. Their aviation-themed office works to provide first-class services. Their number is 271-9330 and can be found online at firstclassdentalcare.com. Thank you to Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care for your support of Lamb Catholic Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, this is O'Gorman Knights basketball. Today's game is brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for East and South Dakota, Financial Benefits Company with John Fritch, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade, Barnes DeMoore Group, Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, Mini Critters, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Crossroads Book and Music, Pagan Chiropractic Clinic, Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, Fair Trade Incorporated, McGuire Iron, Big Rig Barbecue, Knights of Columbus Field Agents Jason Moores and Heath Dickelman, First Class Dental Care, and Paul Curley, Catholic Financial Advisor with Pathway Investments.
Now, with all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go courtside with Michael Holmes and Dan Johnson.
Welcome to O'Gorman High School for Game 1 of a 6-game stint here for the O'Gorman boys. That will be going on, well, for the next at least 4 weeks, about the next month for the O'Gorman boys. This is their only their second home game of the season, and so the O'Gorman boys are really hoping to set the momentum as they go into this home stretch. The Knights coming into today's game at 5-4, and they're taking on the Brandon Valley Lynx tonight. 6-3 is their record. Hey folks, Michael Promus here alongside Dan Johnson. We got Brett Byler here rocking the camera, and Max Carey back at the studio keeping us on air. And Dan, we talked about this pregame. Should be a great matchup between these two teams. O'Gorman trying to kick up their confidence a little bit and trying to maybe nip their problems in the bud as they come in to take on a Brandon Valley team that has won 5 of their last 5 games.
You know, they had confidence when they came beginning of the year, and I think Coach talked about that in his pregame interview a little bit. But they, like you said, 6 home games. You know, back home in their bed every night early instead of traveling a bus and be cold and get home late. This is a major factor right now, and to build their confidence back up in 6 home games. Get the student body; they're in full force here. We're about, 3/4 full here, maybe a little over that here this afternoon, so it's a good crowd and good time to put on some good basketball, but they need to build their confidence back up, no doubt about it.
So the starters are being announced on the court as we speak, and let's take a look at the starters ourselves, brought to you by the Barnes DeMoore Group, financial advisors at Morgan Stanley. We'll start with the visiting Brandon Valley Lynx. Starting for the Lynx, number 2, Carter Althoff, the 6'3 junior guard. Number 5, Caden Deckert, the 5'10 senior guard. Number 12, Max Wilde, Max Wilde, the 6-foot senior guard. Number 24, Evan Telcott, the 6'3 junior guard. And number 52, Cade Trevere, the 6'3 senior forward. Let's take a look at the starters then for the O'Gorman Knights, Mr. Dan.
O'Gorman Knights starting number 3, 6'4 senior Jaron Zwagerman. Number 4, Michael Satz, guard, 6'1 senior. Number 5, Isaac Struck, 6'1 senior. Number 10, Riley Keaton, 5'11 senior. And also starting tonight, number 24, Mr. Zach Nagel, a 6'3 senior, starting for the first time.
Yeah, first time
season for the Knights.
And as you heard in pregame, nothing against Acoy, nothing against Brady Beck, the big guys, but he just wants to give Nagel his first shot at starting at post tonight. A lot of confidence in this young man. He's shown up and done a lot of good work the past few weeks, so he's kind of getting a shot to start this ball game.
You know, he's proved it. He's coming off the bench and he's played some great basketball. You'll notice he goes for the basket. When he gets the ball, he goes for the basket. He's right on it. So
those starting lineups are brought to you by the Barnes DeMoore Group, financial advisors at Morgan Stanley in Sioux Falls. For all of your investment needs, call the Barnes DeMoore Group at 605-338-6500. They're located at 300 Schwapper Place, Suite 503, downtown Sioux Falls. Products and services by Morgan Stanley. Both teams are on the floor. O'Gorman in their home white, blue letters and numbers with gold trim and blue stripes on the pants. Brandon Valley in their black away jerseys, red numbers and letters, red stripes, and white trim. Here's the tip. Jaron Zwagerman wins it for OG, and it's Mr. Nagel picking it up to start things off for OG here at O'Gorman High School. Here's Stotts over on the right wing, drives inside, loses the ball, and kicks it back out left wing to Riley Caton. Caton with the nice blue shoes, hands it right over to Zwagerman. He'll kick it up top to Stotts, and then back over right wing into the hands of Caton. Caton up top to Zwagerman. Long 2 underway, and Jaron Zwagerman starts things off for OG. Scored 13 points against Washington last week, which is right on par with his season average.
We'd like to see that tonight or more.
Here's Nate Keegan, starting for Brandon Valley instead of Caden Deckert, So Keegan kicks it over left wing and then rotates it around the arc up top into the hands of Talcott. Talcott, dangerous at the 3, fires one off at the top, no good. Rebounds tipped away by several players, but ultimately it's Carter Althoff that comes away with it. He tries throwing it inside to Talcott. Talcott gets it, steps out right wing and fires up that 3, and like I said, very dangerous and starting off that 3 game early.
Oh yeah, he got wide open out there and he just put that up. That was a nice shot.
Very nice shot. Here's Isaac Struck, top the key for O'Gorman, drives inside, hands it over to Nagel, left block. He puts up the jumper, no good, but Jaron Zwagerman's there to follow up. He puts up a shot, but it's swatted away right out of his hands by Altoff. Goes out of bounds. Well, Knights will inbound just under their basket.
Nagel there, nice. A little bit more lift on that. He'd have had that. A little bit soft.
Nagel will inbound. O'Gorman moving from my right to my left, and so on the left side of the floor, inbound goes to Struck. He drives inside, no good on the layup, and rebounded by Brandon Valley. Brandon wasting no time, getting the ball all the way down to Cade Trevere on the left block. He'll kick it out right wing, and another three coming from Evan Talcott. 6-2, O'Gorman trails Brandon. 6:20 on the clock in this first quarter at O'Gorman High School. Here's Riley Caton, top of the key for OG. He finds Stotts right wing, then it's rotated back to Caton on the left wing. Caton up top to Struck. He'll step inside, put up a two, off the left, then the right side of the rim, and rebounded by Altoff from Brandon. Altoff works the ball down the floor, eventually throws it left corner into the hands of Wilby, and a foul away from the ball.
Is that on Nagel?
Yeah, I think that's going to be Nagel. Yeah, that'll be his first of the game. First foul so far for either team. So Brandon Valley will inbound, moving from left to right, so it'll be on their left side of their basket. Revere puts up a shot, gets his own rebound, puts up another one, gets fouled on the shot.
You see how thick he is? Oh, yeah. He was a good football player.
Yeah, so Cade Revere played, I think, defensive end, something like that, I believe.
He looks it.
Thick kid. If you're watching on our stream on YouTube, you can see him right in front of you. Look at the biceps on that kid. He's actually going to play college football next year, believe it or not, at SDSU.
I would hope so.
The and one shot is up and good. Make that 9-2 Brandon Valley. Just under 6 left to play in this first quarter. O'Gorman quick to break past the half-court line, Here is Struck over on the right wing. He'll kick it up to Okoye, who's in for Nagel. Okoye hands it over to Stotts, then gets it middle of the lane. Okoye, turnaround shot, no good, rebounded by Brandon Valley. Evan Talcott clears the ball across half court, over into Wildy's hands in the left corner. He'll drive baseline, no good on the reverse layup, and rebounded by Okoye. Okoye hands it off, and it's Struck over on the left wing for OG. He's got a lane. He takes it with the right-handed layup from the left side. Layup over Cade Trevere. Not easy to do, but using that quickness.
I like that move he had. Like, he was going to pass it out. He just took off, and everybody kind of leaned over, and he went right to the basket.
Here's Caden Decker, left wing. He'll kick it up top to Altoff, who will dribble left and hand it back off to... that's Nate Keegan over on the left wing. Keegan kicks it over left to Altoff. He'll step up. Long two underway. No good. Rebounded by Struck. Struck hands it to Caton. Caton long pass to Stotts down low. And a foul on the floor. Cade Trevere got caught running into Stotts while moving his feet.
Stotts, I thought maybe it was going to be a charge, but Trevere was moving. He wasn't set, so Michael knew that.
And a heads-up play by Michael Stotts. And when it comes to speed, when you need somebody to get down the floor and just make something happen, it's Michael Stotts.
He's there.
Knights inbound left side of the lane into the hands of Struck. Struck, it goes right into the lane. Turnaround jumper is good from the left side. Nice move there by Struck, and we don't see him inside a whole lot.
Kenyon Bowers in for the Knights now.
6-9, Knights trail Brandon. 4:30 left in this first quarter. Top of the key for Brandon is Keegan. Keegan looking inside, instead throws it left into the hands of Altoff. Altoff kicks it back up top into the hands of number 12, Max Wildy. He'll find Trevere at the top, and Trevere fires a three. The big man, the 6'3 senior, who's probably all of 225 pounds.
Look at the big mix match right now, Okoye with Trevere. Okoye's half the size, thickness-wise.
Trevere's just kind of getting in his way, not letting him get a pass. Okoye working around that. Here's Okoye getting the ball after breaking past Trevere at the top. Okoye over the right wing to Bauer. Bauer then back up top to Zrogman. Zrogman, long two is up and good. 12-8. Brandon, under 4 to play in the first. And that was good offense working the ball around that time.
But the key right now, the mismatch, is with Trevere and Okoye underneath.
Here's Carter Altoff, top of the key, throws it right wing into the hands of the dangerous Evan Talcott. Talcott up top, but it's Max Wildy draining the three from the top of the key. Inbound is missed by 2 Knights, but it's Kenyon Bauer able to save it before going out of bounds. Hands it to Stotts. Stotts goes in the lane, kicks it out to a wide open Struck right wing. He fires the three, no good, and a foul down low.
Trevere.
Yeah, Trevere getting a little heated down there.
The ref just warned him. That's his second.
So he will... No, they're saying that's his first, His first of the game. A second team foul for Brandon. No, that is his second, My apologies, Dan.
That's what I thought.
You're obviously paying attention. I'm not.
And he's not happy. I'm sorry. He's not happy. The ref went over and talked to him, and I think maybe give him a nice little warning.
Well, here's what's going on. If you can't watch, Revere is on the floor pushing and shoving a little bit with Okoye, and they're just kind of touching each other, holding each other to a standstill. Referee talking to head coach Brent Deckert and just telling him the situation. And now head coach Derek Roby for O'Gorman is getting an explanation. There might be something more happening here.
He's probably saying, let's go both ways, because they were going at it. Okoye wasn't giving anything up.
No.
Hats off to Okoye. He wasn't giving nothing up to.
So that is actually, they're going to call technical on Cade Revere.
So that's his third.
So 3 fouls for Cade Revere officially, and at the line to shoot free throws is Isaac Struck. Misses his first. He'll get another shot here. Takes a couple dribbles, puts it up, and this one's off the front of the rim, no good. And Isaac Struck not happy about that one.
Okay, Struck comes out. Zach Norton's in for the Knights now.
So 15-8 Knights trail, 3:25 on the clock in this first quarter after a tough swing for the big man, Cade Revere for Brandon Valley. But nonetheless, O'Gorman gets the ball back after the technical. Okoye gets it down low, tries to work it inside, can't put it in the layup, rebounded by Zwargerman, and he's able to put away the fadeaway jumper from the right block. Make up for some down low.
In traffic like that. That was great by Zwargerman there.
Tough D being played by Michael Stotts, maybe pushing a little much for Evan Talcott. Talcott's able to break past and hand it off at the top of the key to Keegan. Keegan looks inside, bounce pass over left corner to Teachin kicks it up top of the key to Talcott. Talcott moves inside, has the ball swatted out of his hands over on the right block. That's going to be a foul on OG. Good call there by the officials as Michael Stotts is getting a little more hand.
But with Talcott out with 3 fouls here with 3 minutes, under 3 minutes in the first quarter, that takes Brandon's. That's going to hurt them big time.
That down low play.
Their down low play inside. So really, the other players, he's got to step up. Alex, number 32, he's in. He's got to step up tonight.
And that's Alex Tejan, the 6'7" junior. Inbound for Brandon Valley goes to Max Wilde, and he's uncontested as he puts up the beautiful left-handed layup. 17-10 Brandon Valley. 2:30 to play in this first quarter. Top of the key into the hands of Cartwright, but he's going to be fouled. Number 3, Mason Van Westen. No, check that. They're going to call that on Max Wilde, for the push-off. So it's 14 fouls for Brandon Valley, and we are about 3/4 of the way through this first quarter. O'Gorman with 3. Inbound. Here's Okoye, top of the key. Throws it over right wing to Caton, and a foul called away from the ball.
Got on Okoye, number 30, Donald Gorman.
Well, let's see the call. No, they're going to call that on Jack Cartwright, his first of the game. 14 fouls now for OG. Just very physical game, a lot of pushing and shoving, and the officials are having none of it here tonight at O'Gorman High School.
A little bit of a press for O'Gorman here.
Van Westen crossing half court for Brandon Valley. He's going to hand it off to Talcott. Talcott, top of the key. No, check that. That's Wilde. Wilde then hands it back to Keegan. It's Talcott and check that. Wilde and Keegan trying to work past this top of the key left wing area. Eventually, they're able to find Van Westen top of the key and then over right wing into the hands of Wilde. Wilde still working the perimeter, kicks it over left wing to Van Westen. He tries to drive baseline and no good. Airs out the shot, rebounded by Okoye. Okoye outlets to Caton. Caton on the sprint crosses half court on the right side. 1:45 to play in this first quarter. Knights trail 17-10 up to Zach Norton in for the first time. Then over right wing, then back up top to Okoye. Okoye finds a lane left lane. No good on the layup. Put back by Kaden Bowers. No good. He gets his own rebound. Outlets it up top. Then over to Zach Norton left wing. He fires a 3. No good there, and rebounded by Brandon Valley. So just missed shots are the story of the quarter.
A lot of little in and out like that, but great effort by the Knights underneath there.
Here's Evan Talcott to the right wing. Pump fakes, drives the lane to the basket. Reverse layup, no good. But a foul on the shot, and Evan Talcott using his speed, his quickness. What a move.
They're not afraid to take it right to the basket, are they? Here in the first quarter, in the 6.5 minutes, they are taking it right to the basket. Wilde's got 8 points from the outside, but
Talcott, automatic from the free throw line, hits his first. And by the way, Evan Talcott averages about 21 points a game for Brandon Valley. He's a junior, remember. Fantastic player, and so I think if there's one man to watch out for as far as shooting goes, it's this young man. He hits a second as well, extends the lead 19-10 over OG, $1.15 in the first.
81% from the line for Brandon, so they're pretty good on the free throw line from the charity stripe.
Here's the long pass down court, and Isaac Struck gets it over on the left corner. He drives baseline. He's going to be fouled on the floor. We're going to call that on number 5, Caden Deckert, his first of the game, and 15th foul for Brandon Valley. Knights inbound baseline, then left side of the lane. Here's Canyon Bauer, throws it up and into, looks like that is Jaron Zwagerman. He takes a couple dribbles, spins around, and puts up the easy jumper on the left block. It's 8 points already for Jaron Zwagerman, leads the Knights in scoring. The Knights trail by 7. Less than 1 minute to play left in this first quarter. Over on the right wing, here's Evan Talcott, guarded by Canyon Bauer, trying to find somewhere to go. He's heavily contested, throws it away, and it's barely saved by Brandon before going out of bounds. That's Max Wilde on the save, and he's going to be fouled by Isaac Struck as he heads to the basket. I think that's a good call, as Isaac Struck was kind of moving his feet a little too much and just playing a little too close, I'd say. That'll be Struck's first foul of the game. 16 fouls now for OG as Brandon Valley will inbound right in front of the student section. Great turnout, by the way, for the O'Gorman students.
For Saturday afternoon, this is pretty good.
Max Wilde up at top for Brandon Valley after the inbound. Gives a left and inside Altoff. Jumper from the left baseline, no good. And a nice rebound by Tejan. Tejan kicks it out left wing. Fresh shot clock. Actually, shot clock's been turned off. Right corner, long three up and good by Caden Deckert. 22 seconds to play in this first quarter. Brandon Valley up by 10. O'Gorman's going to burn down the clock here as usual. Here's Riley Caton, top of the key, throws it right wing to Cartwright. Cartwright looking right, but throws it up top to Struck, and then over left wing to Caton. Caton dribbles up top. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3. Here's top of the key, Jaron Zwagerman fires the three and gets it, and there's the buzzer. Jaron Zwagerman with the buzzer beater to lessen the pain a little bit for O'Gorman in this first quarter as they trail Brandon Valley 22-15. We'll step aside your second quarter. Coming right up, you're listening to O'Gorman Boys Basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Andy DeMore, financial advisor with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Thad Barnes and myself know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Andy and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
After one quarter of play, O'Gorman Knights trailing Brandon Valley 15-22 here at O'Gorman High School. And Dan Johnson, your thoughts on that first quarter?
You know, this is a fun game, but Brandon Valley, like we said, is taking it right down in the paint. They're taking it right to the basket. But with Revere, he got a technical 3 fouls, so he's sitting down, and he'll be, I'm sure, down till probably second half.
There's Max Wilde, top of the key for Brandon Valley, kicks it right, then back up top to Siegfried. The ball is going to be lost, though, and coming up with it is Jaron Zwagerman.
Stotts is right down there. Jaron didn't see him down there.
Stotts, baseline, drives, but kicks it out to Struck, right wing. He fires the 3 off the short side and away, no good, but rebounded down low by Norton. Norton down baseline, layup, no good, and trying to save it before it goes out of bounds is, Jaron Zwagerman, but he touches the baseline as he's holding the ball, so he'll be out of bounds in Brandon Valley ball.
But a very physical game,
yes.
First quarter.
A lot of pushing, shoving, a lot of tight defensive play, if you want to call it that.
Yep.
And I would, because defensively, it's a tremendous game so far. Here's the inbound by Brandon to Carter Altoff. He'll cross half court, sits up at the top of the key, then throws it right wing. Deckert takes the ball and puts it right up. Good for 3 from NBA range.
Deckert, he has 6 points on the evening.
25-15, Knights trail 1 minute into the second quarter. Here's Stotts, right wing, bounce pass to inside of Zwagerman. Zwagerman can't control his dribble. It rolls out of bounds on the baseline, and Brandon Valley picks it up. After the inbound, here's Max Wilde crossing half court, guarded by Struck a little closely. And Wilde one-on-one with Struck. Is able to break pass, picks up his dribble, throws it right wing into the hands of Talcott. He'll drive baseline. We're going to say no shot and a foul on the floor.
What do they call it? Number Stott, Mike?
Yeah.
Mr. Stotts hits first.
That'll be the 17th foul for OG, so free throws coming for Brandon Valley. The rest of the fouls for this first half. 1-1 underway for Talcott. Evan Talcott. First shot is good. He's 3 for 3 now for the night. Talcott, no dribbles, no spins, just puts it right up and gets 2 off the 1-1. 4 for 4 on the night.
Number 14, Cole Siegfried, a 6'5" forward junior in now for Brandon Valley Lynx.
Knights trail 27-15, 6:45 on the clock in the second quarter. Here's Caton, top of the key, throws it right wing to Zwagerman. Zwagerman steps in, jumper from mid lane, nothing but net. Jaron Zwagerman now in double digits with 11 points. 13 points. I looked at the numbers wrong. 13 points on the night for OG. Top of the key for Brandon Valley is Althoff, contested by Jaron Zwagerman face to face, but Althoff is able to kick it left wing into the hands of Siegfried.
I've never seen Jaron go out there like that.
He dribbles inside. Siegfried goes left lane, no good on the layup, and rebounded by Nagel. And maybe we're going to see a little more face-to-face one-on-ones here from O'Gorman defensively. Here's Caton left wing and throws it inside right into the hands of Althoff. Althoff, coast-to-coast, left-handed reverse layup, no good. Put back by Siegfried is no good, but he draws the foul on that shot. That's going to be on Isaac Struck.
Siegfried going to the line, shoot 2.
That'll be Struck's second of the game, 18th foul now for OG. Here's Cole Siegfried, a 6'5" junior forward. Takes a couple dribbles, bent the knee, flicked the wrist, up and quick shot, but beautiful. Nothing but nets. And I tell you what, we've seen 3 Lynx shoot free throws so far tonight, and all of them are immaculate. Beautiful shots. They haven't missed a single one yet.
Nope.
Siegfried raises his second and hits that one just as well. Nice backspin on that. Woo! Thing of beauty.
I was going to jinx it. So.
Sorry. 29-17, 6 to play in this second quarter. O'Gorman trailing Brandon Valley. Here's Michael Stotts over on the right wing. He kicks it up top to Struck. Struck dribbles a couple times and needs some help, but no help coming from the left side. He steps back a little bit, hands it to Zwagerman inside. Zwagerman, the jumper over Wilde is good for 2, and Jaron Zwagerman opening it up offensively for OG. 15 of OG's 19 points. The other 4 points coming from Isaac Struck. Here's Brandon Valley now. Driving inside is Talcott. He drives and kicks it out left wing. Here's Talcott again, getting the ball at the top of the key. He'll hand it to his right to Wilde, who throws it inside to Siegfried. Siegfried nowhere to go, tries to kick it out. Stolen by Stotts. Stotts trying to go coast to coast. Double pressure. Backdoor passes it right into the hand of Althoff, though, who sprinted down the floor in transition. Brandon Valley responding now. Talcott right wing, 3, good. Got there before and shot the ball before a couple of O'Gorman players could move back on defense.
32-19, Brandon Valley with 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Top of the key, here's Isaac Struck for OG. Dribbles left, then right, spins into the lane and throws it down low to Nagel, right block. He steps into the lane. Jumper is rimmed and in. Make that 32-21.
Nagel, his first 2 points of the evening.
And the first 2 points that come from a player whose last name isn't Zwagerman or Struck.
Yeah.
Top of the key. Here's Talcott going to the lane, taking things into his own hands, but can't put in the layup. Rebounded by Jaron Zwagerman. Zwagerman outlets to Stotts. Stotts on the sprint, going straight to the basket. Left-handed layup, no good, but he's able to draw the foul as he cuts between a couple Lynx players.
I think when they get the ball, I think Coach wants them to pick it up, push that ball down and take it to the hoop on them, because they're not going to be set. And with that, you're going to get fouled going to the basket.
So Michael Stotts will go to the line to shoot 2. Stotts, about a 50% free throw shooter. Puts up his first, but misses it. Coming in for OG, here's Okoye. Here's Zach Nagel. Stepping out is Zach Norton and Jaron Zwagerman. Stotts readies his second. It looks like a few more people have filled in, too, here at O'Gorman High School. Great turnout, by the way. Good student section. Brandon Valley bring quite a few players as well, fans as well. Stotts misses his second, and Brandon Valley gets the rebound. 4:30 to play in the second quarter. Knights trail 32-21. Right wing. Here's Wilde. Wilde dribbles up top, guarded by Zwagerman. Zwagerman steps up to guard him one-on-one. Wilde's able to kick it, though, left wing to Talcott. Talcott is going to try to get this offense going a little bit here. Guarded by Canyon Bauer, goes right into two-point range. Guarded very heavily, turns around, and then back toward the basket for the nice floating shot as Canyon Bauer got on his backside.
He was all over him.
Yeah. 2 points more for Brandon Valley, makes it 34-21. Here's Bauer, top the key, throws it to Stotts, left wing. Stotts dribbles inside, kicks it out to Canyon Bauer, right wing. Bauer looking inside, 20 seconds on the shot clock, goes to the basket, picks it up, kicks it up top to Okoye. Okoye drives the lane, kicks it back out to Zwargman, left, and the long two, up, no good. Rebounded by Brandon. Here's a long pass down court. Here's Deckert, left wing. He's going to rotate out with Wilde. Wilde in the left corner and tangled up with Okoye and Norton. And Okoye is going to be called for a foul.
That'll be his third.
And excuse me, that was Evan Talcott.
Yes, that'd be Okoye's third for the night. So the two big guys, one from each team, has 3 fouls here in the second quarter.
19 fouls for OG, and Talcott will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Talcott's first shot up and nothing but net. They're going to give him one more. So in for OG right now, we've got Canyon Bauer, Jaron Zwargman, Zach Norton, Michael Stotts, and we also have one Cole Brune, a 6'4 junior, in for the first time tonight.
That's 9 fouls for the Knights in the first half. You got to stay out of foul trouble, but that's just what's happened tonight.
Talcott's second free throw is good, making the score 36-21. Knights trail, 3:30 to play in the second quarter. Here's Brune, left wing, dangerous from the outside, even though he's more gangly than more of those outside shooters. Kicks it around the arc, then up top to Zwargman. He tries for the long two, doesn't make it, and it's rebounded by Althoff. Check that, that is Keegan. Keegan throws it across half court to Van Westen. Van Westen then hands it off to Talcott. Talcott fires the three and gets it. 4 3-pointers already for Talcott.
17 points for him tonight.
Over on the left wing, here's Michael Stotts. Will rotate around the arc to Zach Norton. Norton looking inside, finds Zwargman. Zwargman makes a spin move inside, throws it to Cole Brune, left wing. He fires the three off the wide side, no good. Rebounded, though, down low by Bauer. Bauer tries to bounce past it to baseline, kind of between the block and the baseline to Cole Brune on the left side, but that goes out of bounds, and Brandon will get it back.
Good rebound by Canyon, though. He got up there. He jumped right up there with the big guys.
Canyon Bauer's so athletic, 6 foot, no taller than you or I, and but he could jump like I haven't seen from a high school kid in a while, which allows him to jump, go up against those 6'7" kids and out-rebound them in some cases. Top the key for Brandon Valley. Here's Keegan. He'll throw it left wing into the hands of Van Westen. Van Westen then dribbles up top, throws it right wing to Wilde. Wilde dribbles inside, guarded by Stotts. Loses the ball, though, leaves it at the free throw line. He's able to kick it back up top, though, with one hand to Van Westen. Van Westen over left corner to Keegan. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Keegan inside, then kick back out right wing to a wide open Wilde. He puts up the three, off the front of the rim, no good. Bauer getting the rebound. Bauer will outlet to Brune. Brune then down court to Norton. Norton to the basket from the right wing. No good, but draws the foul on the shot.
Nice move by Zach Norton.
Zach Norton, another one of those tough physical players from OG. We'll compare him to Canyon Bauer a lot. Just maybe shoots a little bit better.
Yeah, he's good, and he's number 23, and he's a sophomore.
Zach Norton hits his first free throw of the game. It's the first free throw made by OG. And 6 attempts on the night.
6 or 7.
6 or 7, excuse me.
Yeah.
7 fouls, by the way, for Brandon Valley. Norton misses his second. Score remains 33-22. 2 minutes to play in this second quarter at O'Gorman High School. Crossing half court for Brandon Valley. Here's Althoff. He'll throw it left wing. Wide open. Keegan airs it out on the long side. Rebounded by Bauer, though.
Nice
goes
move
out of bounds.
Defensive move right there. Great.
Canyon Bauer grabbed the ball and threw it off of Tejan's foot, so it went out of bounds on Tejan.
Smart move. Very heads-up basketball.
No press from Brandon Valley as Michael Stotts will slow things down as he crosses half court. Stotts moves over to the right wing, looking inside, makes a move inside, but kicks it back up top to Brune. Brune dribbling left, all the way over to the left wing, looks inside, kicks it up top to Stotts, though, and then over right wing to Norton. Norton up top to Nagel, he'll drive inside, no good on the layup, and it's going to be rebounded by Brandon.
Nice move by Nagel underneath there. It's just dim fall.
Here's Carter Althoff, and he's going to be fouled by Zach Norton as he crosses half court. Again, these teams playing very tight on defense, a lot of pushing and shoving.
Double bonus here now for Brandon Valley, and they're 100% from the line. That's what's going to come back and hurt now at the last minute and a half.
Carter Altoff at the line and hits his first. That's his first points of the game. And one thing to keep in mind, too, Evan Talcott, the three-point shooter we've been talking about all game, averaging 21 points a game, 17 points already for Brandon Valley.
Yeah.
40-22, pending the free throw by Carter Altoff. O'Gorman trailing. Altoff's second shot is up and nothing but net. Make that 41-22. $1.25 to play in this second quarter. Jack Cartwright in for OG, crossing half court, goes all the way over to the right wing, then rotates the ball over to Cole Brune on the left wing. Cole Brune looks inside, goes up top of the arc, and then rotates out with Cartwright. Cartwright dribbles left, throws it up top to Brune. Brune looks right, dribbles right. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Brune looks inside, goes to the free throw line, jumps up and throws it to Norton left wing, but a push and a shove on against Norton, on his way to the basket.
Okay, 1-1 here for Zach. It's 8 fouls, so pretty soon we'll both be double bonus here.
Zach Norton 1 for 2 from the free throw line this evening. Exactly 1 minute to play in the second quarter. Norton's first shot up and nothing but net. Coming in for Brandon Valley, Caden Deckert. Stepping out is Nate Keegan, Norton's second free throw underway. Dribbles once, spins once, puts it up, and it's good. 24-41, Brandon Valley.
Under a minute.
Bit of a press coming here from OG by Cartwright and Bauer. But Keegan is able to break past half court. Still guarded by Cartwright, goes right inside, and a push and a shove away from the ball. No, they're going to call 5 seconds,
Yep. Turnover. Brandon Valley haven't really turned the ball over that much, have they?
They really haven't.
No, they've been playing good, solid basketball, and they can shoot the lights out of it here today.
Canyon Bauer getting a pat on the shoulder and a smack in the behind from one of his friends in the student section as he inbounds to Cartwright. Cartwright, top of the key, drives right, hands it off to Norton. Norton dribbles up top, finds the lane, goes right into the lane. He's going to be fouled hard as he tries the right-handed layup.
I like that, how that lane just opens up. We're up here in the Crows, and you can just see it. Other plays, that's basketball. It's just really interesting how everybody just shifts out.
And what's great about it is O'Gorman is so good at identifying those open lanes.
Yep.
Norton's first free throw, is no good. That would make him 3 for 5 on the evening.
From the charity stripe, this is where you got to get him.
Second shot by Norton is up and good. 41-25 Knights trail. 35 seconds to play in the second quarter. Shot clock has been turned off. Here's Carter Altoff. 2s and 3s look alike in that kind of font. My apologies. Here's Carter Altoff crossing half court. Dribbling over left wing, trying to test the floor a little bit. What's open, what's not. He throws it to Talcott, right wing. Double covered, throws it inside in the hands of the big man. That's Tejan. Tejan up top in the hands of Keegan. Keegan, left wing. 8 seconds on the game clock. Throws it up top further to Altoff. Altoff dribbles to the top of the key, drives to the lane, right-handed jumper, no good. Tipped away, rebounded by OG, and no good on the shot as Norton throws it all the way down and almost hits a Brandon Valley cheerleader who tried to pick it up. But that is the end of the first half. After half the ball game is coming past, the O'Gorman Knights trail 25-41 at O'Gorman High School against Brandon Valley. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we're going to have your Knights halftime show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care are proud supporters of Lamb Catholic Radio. First Class Dental Care offers restorative, cosmetic, and preventative techniques and is open late to fit busy schedules. Their aviation-themed office works to provide first-class services. Their number is 271-9330 and can be found online at firstclassdentalcare.com. Thank you to Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care for your support of Lamb Catholic Radio.
For over 50 years, Catholic Family Services has been helping people throughout the Diocese of Sioux Falls discover hope within themselves, their environment, and the power to grow. The counselors at Catholic Family Services are licensed caring professionals experienced in assisting individuals and families seeking personal wellness and healthy relationships through individual, family, and group counseling. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls. Call 1-800-700-7867 for an appointment.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need. Whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, welcome to the Knights Halftime Show. Brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for Sioux Falls and the southeast South Dakota area, Jason Lewers and Heath Dickelman. With the Knights Halftime Show, here's Michael Promes and Dan Johnson.
After one half of play, the O'Gorman Knights trail the Brandon Valley Lynx here at O'Gorman High School 25-41 in what was somewhat of a strange first half for both teams. At the same time, it was not very surprising in some aspects. It was surprising in some of the fouls that we saw early in the game. The officials not allowing any pushing and shoving against players who really want to do some pushing and shoving, but calling a very tight and clean game. In fact, leading to a technical foul on one of the standout players for Brandon Valley, Revere. So he's got 3 fouls on the game, which basically eliminated him from that entire first half. But that did not stop Brandon Valley from taking the lead and really running up the score on O'Gorman tonight. 41-25 again, that score. And O'Gorman not able to work down low like they usually do. In fact, if it wasn't for Jiren Zwagman and his 15 points, in that first half, Dan, we would have a very different looking ball game.
Yeah, Talcott, he got 17 for Brandon Valley, but that didn't shut them down. Actually, I think it got them more a little bit fired up because they can't, but just really nothing inside for O'Gorman at all, is there? Nothing really working for inside at all.
And it seems weird because Revere is kind of the big man that plays down low. He's 6'3" senior, a thick kid, a strong kid, and does not move very easily down low. So in his absence, Alex Tejan has been down there, who's a 6'7" junior center, and he has really eliminated Okoye and Zach Nagel from doing much down low, which is surprising, seeing Zach Nagel 6'4" and very quick. Okoye 6'5", very quick as well, but for whatever reason, the Knights not able to out-muscle Brandon Valley in the paint.
No, they're they got manhandled, as Coach Roby said in Washington. They're kind of getting, I would say, the same way a little bit here, but we talked about confidence before the game, and this is where they really, they don't need they need to come back here to build their confidence back up. If they get totally blown out of the water here, that's going to really hurt the confidence the next few games here at home.
Yeah, and I think confidence is something this O'Gorman team needs desperately because it just seems like they don't seem as bolstered and aggressive and maybe confident, obviously, not to sound redundant, but they just don't seem as confident or as sure on their shots. They kind of seem a little more hesitant when they make passes, not quite as crisp, and just doesn't seem like the O'Gorman squad we saw even a week ago.
No.
So
got to give a shout out. Joe Rutten's in the house with his family. The old teacher back I saw him and his wife and his kids here tonight. They're sitting down there, and his new baby, I see he got baptized last week, and he used to be a theology teacher. Was he yours?
Yeah. He taught me in theology, and now is some kind of teaching director or something at Mount Marty College, one of our fine sponsors here on Lamb Catholic Radio. Amazing man, and of course is featured on Rutten Radio as well here on Lamb Catholic Radio with his twin brother John and his Father John, and his other brother, Father Paul Rutten. So, fantastic show, fantastic man, some great people here in the audience here tonight. And speaking of great people, our newest edition of Inside O'Gorman, we're going to be talking about some of the things going on at O'Gorman High School, but we're also going to talk about Jan McEntee, one of the long-time teachers at St. Mary's School here in Sioux Falls. We're going to be talking about her 50 years teaching at St. Mary's School, and in fact, was my teacher back in 3rd grade. So we're going to give you a little information on her in our newest edition of Inside O'Gorman, sponsored by Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, and that's coming right up as we roll along here on the Knights halftime show, sponsored by by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman, right here on the Lamb.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Lamb Catholic Radio is a ministry that is made possible by listeners like you. In addition to cash gifts, you can make gifts of stocks and bonds, crops, life insurance policies, real estate, and other property. For more information, contact the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota at 605-988-3788 or visit cfesd.org. That's the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota, thanking you for helping to keep local and national Catholic programming on the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on Lamb Catholic Radio.
Halftime show sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. Now it's time for Inside O'Gorman, and as we talk about what's going on inside OG, some of the activities and all that, we have to talk about what's going on inside the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, because it's a very big year for Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, especially for one 3rd grade teacher at St. Mary's School in Sioux Falls. That is Jan McEntee, or as her students and colleagues know her as Miss Mac. Celebrated her 70th birthday not too long ago as she's wrapping up her 50th year of teaching. That's 50 years teaching at St. Mary's Elementary School. In fact, taught me when I was in 3rd grade, and when I became Catholic in 3rd grade was one of the big influences in my life, and one of the best teachers to have in getting a 3rd grade kid to care about their faith and what the heck it means to be a Catholic kid. So congratulations to Miss Mack. She was recently honored with the proclamation from Mayor Mike Huther naming January 8th of 2018 Miss Mac Day. And if you hop onto the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools website, a nice little write-up about her, you can see the proclamation itself from Mayor Mike Huther. Very cool deal for a absolutely amazing, an amazing woman.
I know who she is. My kids went to St. Lambert. I didn't have the opportunity to have her. But I tell you what, I've heard a lot of great things about this lady, especially this past week with everything on Facebook and stuff about her, and just what an asset to Sioux Falls Catholic school system she has been in the 50 years.
Absolutely, and a woman that loves her faith above all else. Yeah. In fact, one of my fondest memories of Miss Mack, when I was in 3rd grade, we were praying the rosary on the carpets in front of the crucifix on our knees, and we were complaining about how it hurt our knees. We were going through a full decade, and we were complaining about how it hurt our knees. And she looked at us straight in the eyes and pointed up to the crucifix and said, "He did that for you. You can do this for him." It's something that I've remembered for a long time, and it's still very meaningful to me today.
So just think how she touched you. Think of how many thousands of other children that she has touched.
50 years.
50 years of teaching. How many thousands of kids have gone through St. Mary's that she's touched? So God bless her.
So God bless Miss Mack, and that's the newest edition of Inside O'Gorman, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. There's 6 elementary schools, including St. Mary's. Junior high and high school exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Each and every school is dedicated to the mission of forming a community of faith and learning by promoting a Catholic way of life through gospel values and academic excellence. As we wrap up the night's halftime show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. We start off this second half of play here at O'Gorman High School. Knights trail 41-25, but Riley Caton starting things off in a strong way. He goes all the way down the floor, tries for a layup right side, no good, but draws the foul. He goes to the line to shoot 2, hits his first, readies his second. It's up. That one's in and out and rebounded by Brandon Valley. Now, Dan, going into this third quarter, what do you think head coach Derek Roby told his team at half, and what do the Knights have to do in this second half?
Well, make some good shots, but protect the ball and, try to go take it to the basket. Get them foul, make them foul, get them a foul trouble. Take the ball to the basket, take it to the paint. I mean, we're down 41-26. We're still get back into this. With the three-pointer these days, you can be back in it in 30 seconds.
Isaac Struck called for his third foul as guarding Carter Altoff at the top of the key. Brandon Valley moving from my right to my left. Inversely then, O'Gorman will be moving from my left to my right. Inside pass to Altoff from the top. Goes to the basket, no good on the layup and rebounded by the Knights. Here's Michael Stotts getting the ball and going straight to the basket. Flying layup as he goes up the right side with his right hand. Getting a little spark here at O'Gorman High School for this great crowd.
But they have to guard Talcott. They have to keep him out in perimeter and challenge him.
Here's Talcott, top of the key, the great three-point shooter for Brandon Valley. In fact, he has 17 points so far in this game. He gets the ball top of the key from the left side. This time the three is no good. Rebound by Caton is going to be contested, and they're going to call jump ball.
Okay, Revere, here comes 52 Revere, Kate Revere in, averaging 14 points a game, got 3 fouls, technical in the first quarter, first time back in here since then, so.
Looking to do some damage and make up for some of the business in that first half of play. Here's the inbound right side of the lane to Altoff right wing. He'll kick it over left wing to the hands of Wilde. Wilde looking right and throws it in to Altoff in the middle of the lane. Layup is good from the front. 43-28, Knights trail, 6:40 on the clock here in this third quarter. Here's Isaac Struck, left wing, looking away and throws it over to the right wing to Caton. Caton then hands it off to Stotts, up top to Struck. Struck dribbles inside, stops, flips it out to Caton, but it hits the back of Talcott. It's saved, though, down low by Nagel. Nagel kicks it out left wing to Struck. Struck rotates the ball around the arc to Nagel in the right corner, and he throws it right into the hands of Wilde. Wilde, coast-to-coast layup, no good, but draws the foul.
Riley, yep. His second team foul of the half.
So at the line to shoot 2, here's Max Wilde, a 6-foot senior guard. He already has 8 points on the night. Bent the knee, flicked the wrist up, and bounces a couple times, hits the backboard and falls in.
Still at 100% for the team.
Wilde readies his second. Couple more dribbles. It's up, and that one's good as well. 45-28. 6:15 to play in this third quarter. Knights waste no time getting the ball down the court on the right side. Here's Stotts on the right wing. Looks inside. Bounce pass it to Zwargman. Zwargman loses the ball, but a foul called as it's stripped away by Altoff.
Wilde, number 12.
There's Wilde to his back and Altoff to his front, and
they called it on Altoff.
Yeah, there we go. I wonder with the slap, I think, a little bit. It's a little hand there. So here's the inbound. Struck right wing, wrong three, up, no good, but there's Stotts to get the rebound. He flips it out. It's left wing to Caton. Caton drives inside, nowhere to go, kicks it left corner to Zwargman. Zwargman, 3, up top and over Wilde is good.
You see his eyes? He looked down at the defender and he looked up and like,
I got this.
I got this. He's like, oh.
It's a 6'4" to 6-foot matchup, and that's what 4 extra inches will get you, kids. 31-45. Knights trail here in the third quarter. Left wing, here is Revere. Revere drives inside, layup no good from the left and rebounded by Zwargman. Zwargman hands over to Caton. Caton on the sprint down the left side of the court, sets up at the left wing. Throws it to Struck, top of the key, then Stotts right wing, and then he hands it over to the right corner to Zwargman. Zwargman dribbles up, throws it up top to Caton. Caton drives inside, right-handed layup, no good. Rebounded by Caton, handed to Stotts, and he's able to follow up in front of the basket for 2.
Okay, 33-45.
Knights bring it within 12, the closest it's been for quite some time. Here's Nate Keegan crossing half court for Brandon Valley. Sets up on the right wing and throws it up to Revere, top the key. Revere left wing to Wilde. Wilde looks up and fires the uncontested 3. Isaac Struck just gave him a little too much room, and Wilde, a great three-point shooter, gets 13 points on the day. But here's Isaac Struck, a fake out move from the right block. Gets the nice jumper.
That was a sweet move by Struck.
Kind of stares down Carter Altoff as he goes in transition. Beautiful move there by Isaac Struck.
Oh, that was textbook.
He faked me out up here.
Yeah.
Over on the right wing for Brandon Valley, here's Keegan. Keegan's going to throw it down low.
Can you see the intensity pickup? The Knights, just like, I don't know, I want to say it, but they probably got a little talking to at halftime. But they come out now, they're fired up. They come out, they're scrapping here.
And a whistle on the floor. I apologize, it didn't get the call because it's staying with Brandon Valley. I think maybe the Knights maybe tipped it out of bounds, but here's Trevere getting the inbound down low, works over Okoye. No good on the layup by Trevere, but Okoye is going to be called for his 4th foul of the game.
He'll be sitting down. No, coach is going to leave him in.
It's a 3-team fouls for OG, and at the line is Cade Trevere for the second time. 2 for 2. Make that 3 for 3 as he drains his first. 6'3" senior forward, all of probably 220, 230 pounds.
He's going to leave Okoye in there.
Trevere readies his second. That one's up and good. Perfect from the line. Brandon Valley remains as a team. Michael Stotts gets the inbound on the sprint. OG wasting no time with 4:25 on the clock in this third quarter. Here's the pass up top to Canyon Bauer back in. And he throws it over to Stotts, then inside to Zwargman, right side of the lane. Zwargman, spin move, triple team, kicks it out to an uncontested Okoye right wing. Okoye looks inside, guarded by Trevere, instead throws it up top to Canyon Bauer. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Zwargman top of the key. Flips it over right wing to Bauer. Bauer looking inside, holding the ball over his head, decides to drive, throws it out left wing to Zach Norton. Norton with the 3 and good. 50-38. Knights bring it back within 12. It's the closest it's been in quite some time. Well, I should say, as of like a minute ago, it's the closest it's been in quite some time, but Knights sticking around that and making up a little bit of momentum. Here's Wilde left wing for Brandon Valley. Drives inside after the fake out. Slips, loses the ball. There's Trevere to put it back up, though. Good heads-up play. And Wilde needs some help down the floor.
He's down. He's limping off.
He kind of attacked the basket and it literally just lost his feet out from under him, lost the ball, so he's going to take a seat, rest up that leg a little bit.
And so Okoye takes a rest. Zach Nagel's in for the Knights.
52-38, 3:36 to play in this third quarter. Here's a fun fact. Neither team has used a timeout yet, by the way, and we're over almost 3/4 of the game over. Here's Zach Norton, right wing for OG, dribbles up top, pump fakes right, throws it left to Stotts. Stotts then inside to Nagel, left block. Nagel steps back a little bit, spin move over Trevere, and throws the ball to the ground, and it's going to be picked up by Caden Deckert. Deckert outlets it all the way over right wing to Keegan. Keegan holding the ball, throws it up top to Trevere. He finds a lane, goes left, and puts it in with his right hand right in front of the basket.
Uncontested, right down the paint.
Just kind of split the difference between those two OG defenders. Here's Stotts, left wing for OG. He finds Zwargman top the key. Zwargman holding the ball down low, starts to dribble with his left hand, backs into the lane, and is going to be called for a travel as he spins around and flips up the ball in the middle of the lane.
A nice move, though.
Good idea. And Emmanuel Torr is going to check in for the first time tonight. A 6'2" senior guard. James Zwargman, take a seat, take a rest.
Yeah, he needs it.
Manuel Torr, kind of a ball handler on this OG squad. Very quick player. We'll see how that mixes up Brandon Valley a little bit. Here's the inbound, and here's it. Talcott at the top of the key, drives inside, and kicks it out left wing. It's kicked back right wing to Trevere. Trevere airs it out on the three-point shot. No good. Rebounded out of bounds, by OG.
He's not... Usually you don't have those big guys like that, thick and that shooting from like that. But
and he hit a three earlier in the game, but that was before the technical, so it makes you wonder if it's gotten into his head a little bit for Revere. Here's Norton, from the left wing, goes straight into the baseline and then up the basket for the nice left-handed layup. Keeps the Knights within 14. Here's Evan Talcott trying to break past that press. He does at the top of the key, throws it down low to Trevere. Trevere just turns around and puts it up over Nagel. Nagel not putting up much pressure down low.
He's thick underneath.
Yeah, well, and that's the difference. Nagel's skinny. Talcott's definitely not skinny.
No.
Muscular. He's not fat. He's just really muscular. Here's Norton, right wing for OG, dribbles up top, fires the three off the front of the rim. No good. Gets his own rebound, though, on the right side. Goes to the basket, flips it out to Canyon Bauer, top of the key, and then back over to Norton, right wing. Norton up top to Stotts. He drives in. Floater from the front of the hoop is good. 56-42. Knights, $1.42 to play in this third quarter.
Way did they work the ball around. I mean, that was good. good offense by the Knights. They knew where everybody was. It was just a way to execute there by Mr. Stotts.
Evan Talcott walks the ball across half court, sets up top of the key, and throws it right wing to Keegan. Keegan up top, and then rotated out into the hands of Rasmussen. That's Ethan Rasmussen in for the first time. He throws it left corner, and then driving baseline for the layup is Evan Talcott. He can't put in the layup, but he'll go to the line to shoot two after the foul.
Remember Nagel, that's his second foul.
Fourth team foul by OG with a minute 20 left in this third quarter. Mr. Automatic at the line, hits his first free throw. That's Evan Talcott, of course.
So they got about 14 free throws?
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I haven't kept track of that.
It's a lot.
And they're 100%.
We do know that for sure as Michael Stotts takes a seat. And coming in is it Jack Cartwright. Talcott hits his second, slightly off his mark, but it fell in. 58-42, Knights trail, a minute 18 left in this third quarter.
I thought maybe I jinxed him.
Here's Cartwright, right wing for OG, finds Norton top the key, then he rotates it around the arc to Kenny Bauer in the left corner. Bauer throws it inside and right into the hands of Talcott. He was looking for Nagel, but Nagel wasn't quite looking. Talcott crossing half court, finds Revere left wing, steps in, long two, up, no good. Rebounded by Cartwright. Cartwright, long pass to Tor, down court. Tor to the basket, left-handed layup, no good, and fouled.
You see that it was coming. Tor, but he had his hand out. He knew what he wanted, and Norton knew. That's teamwork.
And that's good heads-up play by Emmanuel Tor, though, knowing where the ball's at, looking for the pass especially, too. That foul was on Carter Altoff, his second, third-team foul for Brandon Valley. Tor at the line for the first time tonight. Throws the ball, puts it up. Off the back iron, no good.
Guess who's coming in? Number 50, Brady Beck, the house.
The house himself.
Yes.
And Nagel's going to take a seat. So some size down low now for OG in the height area and the thickness category.
Because Talcott went out.
Tor, second shot underway, a 62% free throw shooter. It's up and off the back iron again, but it falls in off the backspin. It's good. 58-43. Knights trail with 50 seconds to play in this third quarter. Here's Talcott crossing half court for Brandon Valley. Moves up top of the key on the sprint. Steps back a little bit. Hands it over to Altoff, who will then throw it left wing into the hands of Weston. Pass inside and a foul called away from the ball.
And then Brady Beck. See how they're working it in like that?
That'll be on Beck, and his first of the game. 15th foul now for OG. Brandon Valley will inbound left side of the lane. Goes up top and then passed over right wing to Altoff. Altoff inside is kicked back out right wing into the hands of Talcott. Talcott with the three, no good, a little off his mark. Rebounded by Beck.
He was way out.
Beck hands it to Cartwright. Cartwright's going to slow things down here. Shot clock has been turned off. 20 seconds on the game clock. Here's Kenny Bauer, baseline, kicks it out to Norton left wing. And then Norton up top to Cartwright. 14 seconds on the game clock. Cartwright over to Tor left wing. Tor using his quickness to try to get around Van Weston. He does and kicks it up top to Norton. 6 seconds. Norton to the basket, left side, no good. Beck with the putback up, no good. Rebounded by Kenny Bauer. 1 second, he can't get up to put up the shot. No, he does. They'll give it to him. Flips the ball up, and at the last second, it falls in. Kenny Bauer, clutch.
Great execution by the Knights. They stuck with it. They didn't give up. They stayed right with it. All of them.
As we end the third quarter, Knights trail 58-45 against Brandon Valley here at O'Gorman High School. We'll step aside and have your fourth quarter coming right up on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
So you're trying to decide what preschool or kindergarten is best for your child? At Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, you'll know you've brought them to the right place. They'll get lots of one-on-one attention, discover new things, and grow in their faith. Your child will get the support and encouragement they need with an education that stands apart from the rest. Our schools will help you make lifelong friendships and become part of our community. Because when you're here, you're home. You belong at Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
Pregnant? One word, many emotions. At Catholic Family Services, our experienced licensed therapists are here to help those experiencing an unplanned pregnancy in a safe, confidential setting at no charge. Our pregnancy counselors understand that every situation is unique and provide options counseling, including information regarding parenting or placing a child for adoption. Whatever you decide, we are committed to helping and supporting you throughout the entire pregnancy. Call call 1-800-700-7867. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls.
Catholic Radio, KSTJ-LP, 104.3 FM, Juan Diego Catholic Radio in Sioux Falls, and KSTJ 91.3 FM in Hartford, Madison, Mitchell, and Yankton as we resume play here at O'Gorman High School. Start of the fourth quarter, Knights trail 58-45, and Jaron Zwageman can't put in the layup from the right side, so Brandon Valley will go back to work on the other side of the court. Top of the key, Nate Keegan. Keegan rotates out at top with Althoff. The ball is lost, though. Tor picks it up, slides on the ground, and he's going to be called out of bounds.
Got Struck, Zwagerman, Canyon Bauer, Michael Stotts, and Emmanuel Tor. Great heads up there, but his feet were out of bounds.
And, this is a group of kids that are quick. The biggest guy is Jaron Zwagerman, who's, 6'4", senior, but not necessarily considered one of those big men down low, Inbound, though, goes to the big man for Brandon Valley. Revere standing in the lane is going to be called for 3 seconds. Yep. Jaron Zwagerman, I was watching him the whole time. Revere, lucky, didn't get called for a push down low. Yep. But Jaron Zwagerman stayed right on. When Revere got the ball, Zwagerman did not move, kept his feet planted, got between Revere and the basket, and made him do something. And unfortunately, Revere just couldn't find an outlet.
And if Revere was going to do anything, it was going to take him down. That would have been a charge.
And potentially another technical on Revere, since it's kind of been the way things have been going. Here's the interception. Riley Caton throwing the ball right into the hands of Carter Althoff, trying to clear the ball across half court. And a foul down low as Althoff went coast to coast. He'll be on the floor, though, not the shot.
That's his third. Riley's third for the night.
16 foul for OG, so Brandon Valley will inbound right side of the lane on the base. Long pass all the way up top to Nate Keegan. Keegan looking inside, throws it left wing into the hands of Wilde. Wilde then down low pass to Talcott. Talcott goes baseline, reverse layup. Beautiful move for two, 60-45.
Nice move by Talcott.
1 minute into this fourth quarter, Knights trail. Manuel Tor doing some fancy dribbling, rotates the ball around the arc to the left corner to Struck. Struck can't put in the three, and it's rebounded by Evan Talcott. Talcott crossing half court, throws it to Keegan, right wing, and he'll dribble up top all the way over to the left wing now and kick it back up to the hands of Althoff. Althoff over right wing to Talcott. Talcott up top and then over left wing to Keegan. Brandon Valley moving the ball around, trying to break up this O'Gorman offense. Revere loses the ball at the top of the key. It's tipped away by Stotts. Stotts looking to the basket. Just has Talcott to beat, and Michael Stotts is going to be called for a charge as he heads to the basket.
Kind of like he lost his footing there, didn't he?
Evan Talcott, he did get down low, did set his feet, and there was about a split second between him setting his feet and Stotts running him over, and I think that's the right call in that situation. But, and that's just good hustle. That's good defense getting down the floor and getting set like Talcott did. Smart defensive play. And Stotts just not on the favorable end of that call. So back on Brandon Valley's side of the floor, Max Wilde, top of the key, dribbles right. Ball is going to be lost a little bit by Isaac, getting tangled up with Isaac Struck. But Carter Althoff is able to get the pass as they recover, go to the basket for two. 62-45, 6 to play in this fourth quarter. And here's Riley Caton, right wing. Picks up his dribble, throws it left wing to Canyon Bauer, then up top to Tor. Tor looks inside, starts the dribble, guarded by Revere. Goes inside, right block, and is going to be called for the foul. That'll be Cade Revere's fourth.
Yep.
He put his hands in front of Tor's face as he went up and hit the hands.
Tor wasn't going to be intimidated at all by him. Tor took it right to him.
I like Emmanuel Tor. He's a cool customer, man. Like the flip side of the pillow.
I don't think I met the young man.
Like a cucumber. Ice in his veins and doesn't get hasty, doesn't make hasty decisions.
Here comes 20 Luke Honczyk in now for Riley.
Tor at the line to shoot two, misses his first on the foul.
And Revere takes a seat with 4 fouls with 4:58 to go in the ball game.
Tor raises the second, couple dribbles, spin up, and is 2 for 4 from the line after that completion. 62-46, Knights trail, just under 6 to play in the fourth.
Cole Brewington for Tor now.
And one thing to keep in mind, too, Brandon Valley does have a bonus with O'Gorman's 17 fouls. Here's Carter Althoff crossing half court for Brandon Valley, goes left to right, and the timeout called by Brandon Valley. Believe it or not, kids, that's the first timeout called by either team this entire game. So we'll step aside for 1 minute. O'Gorman trails 62-46 at O'Gorman High School. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb.
Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care are proud supporters of Lamb Catholic Radio. First Class Dental Care offers restorative, cosmetic, and preventative techniques and is open late to fit busy schedules. Their aviation-themed office works to provide first-class services. Their number is 271-9330 and can be found online at firstclassdentalcare.com. Thank you to Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care for your support of Lamb Catholic Radio.
So you're trying to decide what preschool or kindergarten is best for your child? At Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, you'll know you've brought them to the right place. They'll get lots of one-on-one attention, discover new things, and grow in their faith. Your child will get the support and encouragement they need with an education that stands apart from the rest. Our schools will help you make lifelong friendships and become part of our community. Because when you're here, you're home. You belong at Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School as we resume play. The Knights trail 62-46. Brandon Valley ball inbounds, goes up top to Talcott. Talcott looks to shoot, but no, throws it down inside. The ball is tipped away by Carter Altoff. Goes out of bounds. The Knights get it back.
Okay, you got an update from the NFL, so don't shut the radio off and go watch the TV.
Yeah, do not do that. We're being nice by giving you this information.
Philly lead the Atlanta Falcons 12-10, low-scoring game with 8:04 to go in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. So keep it here, though. Listen to O'Gorman.
And back here at O'Gorman High School in Balmy, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Here's Jaron Zwagerman, jumper for three, no good. Put back by Struck is no good. Nice follow-up there. But Kaden Bauer gets the rebound after the failed free throw. Inside pass to Zwagerman. He can't hit the layup. And down low play has been the bane of O'Gorman's entire game. Jaron Zwagerman can't hit his layups. Michael Stotts can't hit his layups. So Troy, it's been rough. It's been rough down low for OG, and a foul on the rebound, which means we're going back to the other side of the floor so that Talcott can shoot 1-1.
They call that on Bauer.
It's his first, but the 8th team foul for OG. So here's Talcott. First shot up and good. Brandon Valley has yet to miss a free throw tonight, and I think that we're up to 16, 17 free throws for Brandon. And that's the difference of the game.
Oh, by far. Okay, here comes Okoye for Jaron.
And Okoye coming into the game with 4 fouls. Something to watch out for as well. Evan Talcott ready for second. No spin, no bounce, just a shot. It's good. 64-46, Knights trail, 5:15 on the clock in this fourth quarter. Here's Canyon Bauer, top the key for OG, throws it to Luke Ronsick, left wing, drives inside, baseline jumper is good. Luke Ronsick getting on the board, not bad for a 5'10 junior guard. He's quick, he's small, but he's quick.
Oh yeah,
Evan Talcott crossing half court for Brandon Valley, sets up top the key, goes right and hands it off to Max Wilde. Wilde over left wing to Van Weston. Van Weston holding the ball over his head, trying to find somewhere to go. Rotates out with Talcott. Talcott going right, then left, finds a lane to the basket. Right-handed layup from the left side is good. 66-48. Beautiful move there by Talcott. Something we've come to expect.
Talcott's got 27 points tonight.
Here's Cole Bruin, right wing, dribbles up top and hands it off to Canyon Bauer. Bauer goes to the basket, putting his shoulder down, can't hit his layup. It's tipped out though to Cole Bruin, left wing. Bruin throws it up to Struck, fresh shot clock. Struck drives in the lane, spins around, can't hit the jumper in front of the basket. It's knocked away, and on the floor is Van Weston. Flips it up to Max Wilde.
Canyon couldn't grab it.
Wilde crosses half court and hands it right over to Evan Talcott, Talcott goes right wing, kicks it up top to Caden Deckert. Deckert over left wing of the hands of Wilde. Wilde then hands it off to Van Weston and then back up top to Talcott. Talcott drives inside, kicks it out right wing, long three underway, no good by Deckert. And the putback is no good, but a foul. I thought it was a jump ball. A couple players got tangled up there, but they're going to say no foul. They're going to say it's a foul, no jump ball, excuse me. It sounded confusing. So here's Carter Altoff at the line for the first time tonight. Trying to keep this perfect free throw shooting night a-rolling for Brandon Valley.
2 shots.
Shots up, nothing but net.
Okay, here. Revere's coming back. I'm kind of shocked with that. I mean, with the big lead like this and 3:40, I thought maybe they'd
get some new guys in there.
Yeah, let him, but no. coach is putting him back in. So
19-point lead for Brandon Valley, and Zach Norton comes in for OG, by the way. Second shot by Althoff is good.
he still feels a threat with a 20-point lead like that from the Knights. So he's keeping him in, putting him back in.
3:40 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Knights trail by 20, 68-48. Here's Caney Bauer, top of the key, takes the long two, no good off the back iron, and rebounded by Talcott. Talcott crossing half court, makes a move past Norton, loses the ball, kicks it, no whistle.
What's that?
Instead picks it up and throws it up top to Keegan. Keegan dribbles over left wing into the hands of Althoff as he passes it around the arc and then down inside to Revere. Revere, turnaround shot, no good, and Okoye gets the rebound. Okoye hands it off to Caney Bauer. Bauer going to run a little point here. Crosses half court and throws it over right wing to Ronsick. Ronsick steps down to the right corner, long three up, no good. Okoye gets the rebound, but a foul called.
They call that on Okoye. That'd be his fifth. They call him for push.
Yeah, and maybe just got a hand on the guy in front of him. The problem comes with that situation is Okoye was behind the Brandon Valley player that was trying to make the rebound. And if you even touch the guy in front of you on a rebound situation, they're going to call a foul every time. It's just how it's called.
Yep. So
Okoye fouls out of the game, no points. Coming in is Emmanuel Torr. And at the line to shoot two, Alex Tejan, as O'Gorman picks up their 10th team foul. Waiting for some semantics as
they wanted to bring a player and they made him wait.
Yeah, as Rasmussen looks to check in. Now he'll check in after
he was in. They said, "Young man, you can't do that. You got to go wait.
You got to go over there. Wait for the buzzer."
Yep.
Tejan hits his first, and Jack Cartwright will check in for OG. Stepping out is Caney Bauer. Alex Tejan readying his second, 6'7" junior center. 1 for 1, trying to keep the perfect streak going for Brandon Valley. Second shot up and off the front of the rim. Falls in. Thanks to the forward spin on the backspin on the shot, I suppose. Just the right angle. Dodged a bullet there, I think, if you're trying to keep a perfect record. Here's Jack Cartwright, left wing, fires up the long two. They're going to say he was on the line. That's two. 50-7, Knights trail under 3 to play in this fourth quarter. Revere crossing half court on the dribble. The big man.
They're letting him bring the ball up.
Hey, why not? He's a senior, I suppose. Here's Nate Keegan getting the pass and throws it over left wing into the hands of Rasmussen. Rasmussen then up top to Van Weston. Van Weston, kicks it up to Keegan left wing, then over to the right wing to Revere. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Revere finds a lane, goes right, wild layup, no good. Oh. The outlet pass is tipped away, knocked by Ethan Rasmussen as Cartwright was going for it, and Luke Ronsick maybe just a little hasty on the pass.
I thought maybe Norton was going to get leveled there coming across. I was like, watch out.
So Knights will inbound after the out-of-bounds play. Here's Zach Norton over on the right wing. He drives inside to the basket, gets the right-handed layup, and draws the foul on Ethan Rasmussen. It'll be Rasmussen's first foul of the game, 15th foul by Brandon Valley.
3-point play here for Mr. Norton.
Here's Norton at the line. Revere will step out, and coming in for him is Cole Siegfried. Norton readies his first. It's up. There's only one, I suppose, and that's good, making it a 3-point play. 53-70. Knights trail, 2:12 to play, and Luke Ronsick's going to be called for a foul on Nate Keegan as Keegan tries to cross half court.
He'll go to the line for 2.
By the way, coming up after today's game, we'll have your Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. We'll break down what we saw in this game. We'll get you some information, some stats, and we'll let you know what's in store for OG after tonight's game. Stepping out for Brandon Valley, Carter Althoff, and coming in for him, Caden Deckert. First shot good by Nate Keegan, and so is the second, 72-53, Brandon Valley. 2 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Cartwright throws it up to Norton. Norton drives inside, finds Torr on the left block, and Torr can't finish up on that layup. It draws the foul. Emmanuel Torr will step up to the line. He is 2 for 4 on the night. Been to the line twice so far. Takes a practice move Dribbles the ball 3 times, spins it in his left hand, fires it away, and it is off the front back of the rim and falls in. Coming in for the first time tonight then for Zach Norton is number 42, Brandon Fisher, 6'1" junior forward. Number 42 on your roster. Tor readies his second. Couple more dribbles, bent the knee, flick the wrist, up, and this one's out. 3 and 6 for Emmanuel Tor. Rebounded, though, by Cartwright, and Cartwright throws it off of the leg of Cole Siegfried. It goes out of bounds, and good defensive play there by Cartwright. It's going to stay here with OG.
Yeah, he's right on that.
Tor will inbound right side of the lane, immediately below us. He'll find Cartwright right wing, almost out of bounds, but Cartwright recovers, fires the uncontested 3, and gets it. 72-56, a great little 5-point swing for OG, or it should be 4-point swing down low for OG. Here's the inbound, full court press from OG. Van Weston crossing half court for Brandon Valley, guarded by Ronsick. He'll dribble up top, check that, guarded by Fisher. He'll throw it up top to Deckert. Deckert then throws it right wing, then inside pass to the hands of Tejan, but a push down low.
Cartwright on his second.
And shooting 2 for Brandon Valley, Alex Tejan. Second time of the line tonight. 2 for 2. Takes a couple dribbles, bent the knee, flick the wrist, up, and no good. Snapping. The perfect free throw shooting night for Brandon Valley. And hey, you know,
that's
still impressive.
That's impressive. I mean, we watched Emma Ronsick, 18 straight?
14. 14, breaking a school record there. That's by herself.
Yep.
Unfortunately for Brandon Valley, Tejan misses his second as well, but OG, long pass down court. Ronsick gets knocked away down low, no foul call, but you know what, they'll take the wrong 2 from Fisher over on the left wing. 72-59, Knights within 13. The tightest it's been since the first quarter. Over on the left wing for Brandon Valley, though, here's Caden Deckert. Deckert looks inside, throws it in there. It's going to be knocked away by the house. That's Brady Beck. Goes out of bounds on the baseline. Brandon Valley will keep it over there.
Brady Beck with guarding Tejan. He got his hand right on it.
1:05 on the clock here in this fourth quarter. Brandon inbounds all the way to the right corner. Then it's thrown up top to Van Weston. Van Weston over left wing, gets it back. Dribbles over to the right wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Looks inside, drives, kicks it back out right corner. Then up top of the key to Tejan. Tejan over left, back up top and jumping. Over on the right block is Van Weston. No good on the shot. Shot clock expires, but OG gets the rebound. That's Cole Brune. Brune throws the ball all the way down court. Here's Brandon Fisher. Long 3 from the left wing. No good. Right off the front of the rim. And Brandon Valley will have, a shot clock, but about 1 second difference between the game clock and shot clock as Knights trail 59-72 in this fourth quarter. Brandon's going to basically just burn this clock. They need one more shot.
Knights didn't give up, did they?
Yeah, not for a second, and I think props to OG for doing just that. I mean, playing the entire game. Playing all 32 minutes of it. Here's Deckert, top of the key. Burning the clock, hands it over to his teammate Van Weston. Van Weston drives, puts up that needed shot, and makes it 2-1. Here's the inbound, and that's your game. O'Gorman falls to Brandon Valley 74-59 and falls to 5-5 on the season. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we're going to have your Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies. From rosaries and medals to books and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals in their walk with Christ. Crossroads also features a large line of personalized gifts that are great for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, or any special occasion. Crossroads Book and Music, 41st Street and Grange Avenue in Sioux Falls.
Jardine Construction is a general contractor of custom homes, remodeling, and commercial construction. They were founded in Humboldt, South Dakota. Jardine Construction works in close cooperation with project owners and customers when developing a plan for a building or home. Jardine Construction has lots available in Sioux Falls, Hartford, and Humboldt. John can be reached at 605-231-0830 and Tom at 605-261-6174.
Hello, fellow Catholics. My name is Paul Curley. What's inside of most investment portfolios? Stocks and bonds inside mutual funds, annuities, and other accounts that include companies that manufacture abortion and euthanasia products and services, or who donate part of the profits to anti-Catholic and anti-family programs. Pathway Investments LLC, headquartered here in South Dakota, designs portfolios that screen out these types of investments so that the Catholic investor gets a nice portfolio that aligns with Catholic values.
Paul Curley, Catholic Investment Advisor Representative for IRAs, 401ks, and 403bs, can be reached at 605-256-8286 or at CatholicFinancialAdvisor.com. Advisory services are provided through Pathway Investments LLC, a South Dakota registered investment advisor, 220 South Hearth Avenue, Madison, South Dakota, 57042. Not a deposit, not insured by FDIC or NCUA, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the institution, may go down in value.
There are danger signs that indicate pressure and tension on delicate, sensitive nerves due to spinal misalignment, such as headaches, back pain, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, and joint pain in general.